Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciarra, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click out this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we are back again with another part in my 7 color-themed chakra videos. And so obviously, by the looks of it, the theme color for this one is blue, which is related to the throat chakra. So what the throat chakra is kind of all about, it's the first of the higher center chakras. It has to do with the communication, self-expression, and creativity through sound. It has to do with the meaning of purification. And you know, this chakra is not only connected to sound, but it's also connected to hearing. And so, you know, think of clairaudience as well. So with this, it's about, you know, when the throat chakra is functioning, thought and speech slow down and communication is more considered. So really understanding what it is you're saying, why it is you're saying it. And so, you know, the meaning again is purification. Its location is centrally at base of the neck. Its symbol is a lotus with 16 petals containing a downward pointing triangle within which a circle representing the full moon. So the associated color here is blue, the element is ether, and the ruling planet is Mercury. So when the throat chakra is in a good balance, it's about good communicator, contented, finds it easy to meditate, artistically inspired. When your throat chakra is too open or it's spinning too fast, it's over talkative, dogmatic, self-righteous, arrogant. When the throat chakra is blocked, it holds back from self-expression, unreliable, holds inconsistent views. So the main goals of this chakra are harmony with others, self-knowledge, and creativity. The life lessons is the power of choice and personal expression. The main issue, of course, is communication and self-expression. So some crystals that are very useful to use in relation to the throat chakra are turquoise, lapis lazuli, aquamarine, agate, celestite, sodalite, and of course sapphire. So that's just some of the details about the throat chakra that it might be helpful for you guys to know about if you're not super familiar with it. And, you know, it kind of relates to what these messages could be about. You know, it could be from your throat chakra. It could be things that will help you. Holy shit, guys. There is an owl that just flew up into the small tree outside my window. Oh my God, it's a barred owl. Oh, look at it. Okay, hang on one moment. Sorry about that, guys. I was trying to get a picture of it, but it flew away right before. But as I was saying before that, the owl distracted me. Point being that this, again, these could be messages kind of from your throat chakra, about your throat chakra, or just, you know, messages you need to know right now and that can kind of help you with your throat chakra, or kind of speaking related in a sense. So we're just going to see what comes up. All of these messages throughout all of these, you know, this series of videos has been completely different. So it's been really interesting. With that said, do realize that this is still a general reading, and so not every message, not every card is going to apply to you personally. So if you do find yourself attracted to more than one pile, that is perfectly fine, because your personal message might be spread across more than one. So those are your messages. With that said, let me go ahead and actually introduce you to the said piles now. So for pile 1, we have, of course, because I need it in every pile, every video, is blue calcite. So love a little piece of blue calcite. For pile 2, we have some pieces of aqua aura quartz. These are so pretty. I got these recently. And so for pile 2, we have a piece of blue apatite. So this piece is pretty cool. I don't know if it's going to show on camera or not, but it's got some interesting little flashes in it. So I'm really happy with this piece. And finally, for pile 4, we of course have a piece of sodalite. So definitely take as much time as you need. Select the pile that is calling to you through your intuition, through your higher self, through your guides, whatever it is you need to do to connect to the messages that you need to hear right now in this moment, whenever you happen to watch this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into your messages. Ready, for those of you who picked pile 1 with the blue calcite, as you can see, there are a lot of tarot cards and oracle cards out there that have blue back. So we are going to get a lot of messages for this particular video. So let's go ahead and dive into all of this because there's a lot to go over. So starting off with the tarot that we have here. So we have the Lovers of all cards. Jesus. Wow. Okay, so we have the Lovers. And we have the Fire. So this is a special deck. This is actually my first ever tarot deck that I had. And it's not very traditional. So we're going to treat this one as kind of a special case. But anyway, this is the Fire element, which is the Swords element in this particular deck. 13 God of Fire. So already, like, one of the messages that came through to me here was that, you know, this is about speaking really authentically. I feel like, especially authentically when it comes to the relationships that you're engaging in. I feel like there is something that you greatly want to say to somebody who you care about, but you're having troubles initiating it. I almost feel like you need more confidence. You need to claim your power, especially claiming your power of speech, balancing out your, I don't know why karma came out of in my mind, but like your polarities as well. I feel like there's something divinely orchestrated here when it comes to connections. A lot of push and pull. You're maybe a little bit confused about it, but it's something you really need to reach out and grab. So with this Lovers, it's talking about desire, initiation, self-development, marriage, infatuation, passion, union, as well as the loss of self. And annulment, irrational search, willingness to couple the limits of nature, social conventions. So these could be a lot of keywords that are going on here. I definitely, you know, you need to make sure that you're not losing yourself in relationships and in the way that you communicate. I also feel like here with the God of Fire here as well. Let's see. So his message here is power, authority, and wise counsel. And actually in the traditional tarot, this would be equivalent to the Queen of Swords, which is really interesting. So, and yeah, I knew I recognized this card because in this particular deck, this is one of my favorite cards because of the god that is depicted here. This is Lu, who is like a very interesting Celtic deity because he's just kind of this jack of all trades kind of person. He's, you know, the shining one, the fair-haired one, a sun and hero deity. You know, his festival and his feast is celebrated in August. And he's just a really, really interesting character if you want to read about him. But the message here with him being present is the seeker will come before or consult a person of authority who, if approached in the proper manner, can give wise advice on troubling issues. This person could be a spiritual advisor, judge, attorney, government official, or anyone in a position of authority and power. The seeker may discover reserves of power within that can aid in situations calling for an outward appearance of fearlessness and strength. Seek answers and wise counsel from spiritual sources. So I'm also getting the sense, a couple messages came through there, that some of you, obviously you're needing to make a choice and you might need some wise counsel on that. You need to look within for your own wise counsel. I also got a very specific message that some of you, when it comes to a new love situation or relationship situation, it's really a good idea for you to reach out to somebody who you feel is sort of a wise advisor to you, who can give you good advice of how to handle the situation. Because I feel like some of you are really going to get into some really unusual new love situation. You know, this is a Gemini here as well. So again, communication, that air element is very important. And I also got the sense, more specifically, that some of you might be even going through a breakup or even like a divorce of a marriage. And so somebody with wise counsel in that kind of field will really help you with it. Or maybe this is even you two as a couple reaching out to somebody else, to like a counselor or, you know, something like that, to help mend the broken communication between the two of you. Because I feel like there is broken communication potentially between you and another person. So also interesting here, we have the harvest moon with fruition. So the harvest moon occurs specifically in, let's see if I can find this one. So the harvest moon happens, am I reading that right? Yes, harvest moon happens in September. So September is like, I know it's Libra. Who else is it? I'm trying to remember. But again, obviously September might be a significant time period here for you. So you guys are getting a time period in your portion of this reading. And so with this card, as the seasons turn, there's always a time when all the potential of the spring beginnings is manifest. The crops grow tall and are ready to harvest. And they have done this from a fallow field into which we have planted seeds. The seeds are flowered and now there's fruit to pick. It's time for harvest. The companion stone here is garnet. So maybe some of you might be interested in watching the root chakra video, because that was actually one of the stones in that video. But yeah, you know, something is going to come to fruition here. I feel like you're going to get an answer to something that you didn't have an answer to before. We also have the strategist here. So this is Mars. So pay attention to where your Mars is and how your Mars affects your natal chart. You know, every vision has a plan. High achieving, productive, calculating, passionate, decisive, ambitious, enthusiastic, systematic, competitive, active, tactile, goal-oriented, persistent, and gritty. So you guys need to come up with a strategy about how you're handling a situation coming up that's going to leave you either with two choices, or it's going to require you to make a serious choice in order to get to this fruition that you want. Pay attention to bees. I'm also getting that message as well. We also have the octopus here with intelligence, the strategist and intelligence. Yeah, you need to balance out things for sure. And you got to multitask in this situation a little bit, I'm getting the sense of, which some of you may really not want to do, but it's going to help you a lot more than you realize if you do. So let's get more specific with this octopus here. Octopuses are octopi, excuse me. I just heard somebody in my head like fucking, it's octopi. Yes, I know. Thank you. I slipped. All right. So again, they're very, very unique creatures. They're like literally aliens on this planet. Their DNA is not like anything else. So this is also about being really your authentic self. You know, it's not what you know, but how you choose to use it. The octopus is a mysterious and colorful dancer of the deep. Their elegant movements align us with the feelings of serenity and calm. The octopus' ability to change color, alter their shape, camouflage themselves within their environment, and expel ink give them strong defenses against their natural predators. Known for their intelligence, they wrote octopuses, have highly developed problem-solving skills. They have the unique ability to use tools to achieve their goals and can store short and long-term memories. They also have the advantage of being able to swim and escape danger swiftly. These extremely resourceful creatures of the deep encourage us to think laterally to find a creative solution to our problems. Their 8 legs, complete with suction cup pads, allows them for them to grip onto objects as well as to capture and engulf their often slippery prey. Sorry, I just fucking, whatever. We're moving on from my dirty mind. The octopus can also sacrifice limbs in order to survive. We can call on this survival technique when we feel threatened or in danger by trusting that whatever it is we need to let go of, to do so, and to trust in our ability to regenerate and thrive. It's a true sign of intelligence when we forbid others to take all of us. When we choose to walk away and regain our composure and learn something new about ourselves. So again, there's a lot here that you're learning about. And I feel like some things that you have to sacrifice in order to achieve whatever your goal is here, whether it is a relationship or I'm getting the strong sense that it is relationship. So next up, we also have the sea turtle with stability. So you really are looking for more stability in this situation. And again, I feel like you're a little bit confused about how to achieve it. And I feel like a big part of it is because you're not really able to communicate, because a large part of it is that you don't even know what it is you want to communicate. You know, operating from a stable base is advantageous. advantageous. If you need help and guidance, ask for it. As you are loved and supported, delve deeply into the study of something rather than just skimming the surface. Do not push hard for what you want all the time. Instead, set an intention or direction and steadily flow towards this. Not every journey needs to be a difficult one full of drama. So yeah, again, kind of simplifying things, getting to the basics again. See, what else do we also have here for you? We have Raziel, Angel of Mysteries. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you have to unravel. Again, I feel like this goes back to choices. There's some big choice here. You really kind of have to come up with a strong strategy about how to handle it. You got to use your intelligence. You have to find a stable base to operate from, because not all the answers are going to come to you. And it's interesting that we have Lou here. Because again, as I mentioned, he's a jack of all trades. He knows how to use everything to his advantage. And he will learn and acquire as many new skills as possible to achieve what it is he needs to do. Because again, he's not only, a sun deity and a warrior, but he's also like a craftsperson. He's creative. He's a poet. He does all these different things. And so it's like you guys have to piece it together, all of these things, to find the right elements to the situation. So we also have a consciousness of lack in the reverse. So this is actually, I think, a rather good sign for you guys, because I feel like you're coming out of this consciousness of lack. Maybe some of you were very pessimistic when it came to love situations or whatever, whatever this lovers is representing for you, whether it is love or not. It's something that you cared for deeply, or you do care for deeply, but it sometimes throws you off kilter because you don't always know how to deal with it. That's just what I'm getting. Like, you don't know how to communicate with it, but you want to. So, normally this is talking about something is missing. So in the reversed, when this card is reversed in your spread, it bodes well for a time of increased value and great attraction in your life. You may have recently been through a period of lack or restriction, but that time is about to end. Money, love, and success will mount up now. This card also reveals an attitude of great consciousness, one that sees and feels the preciousness of life itself. If you're not already in this beautiful appreciation mindset, you are ready to go there now. This is an excitement that springs from the mentality of open and joyous recognition. Your life is filled with happy potentials. Let yourself embrace them and expect even more. So yeah, this is like having an attitude of gratitude now, because again, the harvest is coming more. It's coming faster than you realize, I feel like. So you guys really need to believe more in yourself here. Don't give up so much. Or maybe it's not even so much giving up. It's just like, I feel like you guys get confused and kind of overwhelmed. Maybe sometimes you have problems with commitment. Yeah, so jumping back to Raziel here, Angel of Mysteries. I wanted to see what it said in the book here. The keeper, the speaker of truth. All knowledge is pressed within the binding of his book. Raziel stands at the foot of the tree of life and observes all of creation, even the diligent witness, forever transcribing the whole of creation. The book is passed to Enoch through his journey into the tree of life. There are some things we simply cannot know, such as the precious narrative of life. We can know the parts of the play, but not the story's end. Secrets and hidden endings keep the performance alight and dancing through the universe. Aziel, wrapped on high, our ever-present observer. We dream and fill Raziel's book of mysteries. Our breath turns its page. Exhale. Its signs are a book, a mask, and codes. So yeah, there's a lot of coding here that I feel like you guys are going through, like in your own personal kind of transformation and upgrades. And it's like, I feel like some of you, it's like you really are wanting clear answers to things, but you're just not ever going to. In certain situations, you can't have clear answers because it's the mystery of the things and not expecting them that's going to teach you the greatest lessons. So we also have here Moonstone. So this is a significant stone that might be useful for you to use. It's card 37. Let's see what it's representing here for you guys. So intuition, insight, inner wisdom, and inner voice. See, there's so much here about the inner voice. Your inner voice, speaking more from your heart and what it is you're afraid of. I'm also getting the sense here, because it's like you know a lot of good things. I feel like you can acquire a lot of good knowledge, but you have to kind of surrender a bit, because it's like the not knowing of the answers can really throw you off kilter. But it's like when you don't know the answers, that gives you the opportunity to learn. So inner knowing, inner sensing, these are the talents of the conscious universe has bestowed upon all of us, but we have been conditioned to minimize their importance and instead pay more attention to the knowing that comes from experiencing life through our physical senses and logical analysis. Do you hone your intuition? Do you trust it even when you can't point to a logical reason why you know what you know? Your message from Moonstone Spirit is to tune in and listen to your intuition. It will speak to you through an inner voice, an inner vision, an inner sensation that feels real because, well, it is. It has many ways of communicating to you. Now is the time to pull back the veil between the visible and invisible worlds. Trust that the hidden reality matters, and know that your intuition comes from the conscious universe, which passes wisdom, knowledge, and understanding far beyond your own. So this is a part of your innate intelligence, is your intuition. Following your gut instincts. So it's like, I keep going back to the Lover's card and like the love situation. It's like whatever your instincts are telling you, you really need to follow. You just need to speak from your heart, because I feel like there's just something that you guys are holding back. It's interesting enough. We have the Angel of Love in the reverse, and we have the second sacral chakra with Archangel Ariel. So yeah, it would be a very good idea for you guys to go back, and I don't know if I already mentioned that, go back and watch the sacral chakra video, because there might be an important message here to help you with the situation. Also with the Angel of Love, it's like in the reverse. You know, the sacral chakra has a lot to do with, again, your sensuality, your creativity, your confidence in that sense. So getting more in tune with your sacral chakra will help also with speaking, because there's something on the sexual front or the creative front that you're having a hard time expressing. And it has to do with attraction. That, like, just straight up, that's what I feel. So 49, I can feel like there is somebody you're very attracted to, but you just don't know how to. Oh wow, this is crazy. I'm glad I went to this one. In the reverse position, the Angel of Love could indicate a possible disconnect in matters of the heart. While this sometimes signifies a divorce or separation, it could also imply an emotional rift where two people stay connected on a superficial basis, yet at a deeper level seem to be going their own ways. In this position, the angel can also refer to an old separation, if the longing remains alive in one person's heart. If you find yourself unable to let go, this moving angel is telling you it's time to release any toxic or unrequited attachment you may be holding on to. The universe is waiting for you to free your heart and open your life to the full present and honoring love that you so rightly deserve. So look in the mirror and see the Angel of Love there with you. Know that you are worthy of this tender emotion from yourself and from others. Yeah, because we also have here White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. There's a lot going on for you guys. I just feel like there's a lot that you are experiencing at the moment, and a big part of it is your own belief. I feel like there's change happening in your foundations, and this is really teaching you how to plan better strategies. Maybe even on the money front, it's like you have to become more discerning and more clever about your money. You also need to really work on manifestation more. You have some creative why can't I say the word? Ideas, but you're not utilizing it well. We also have the Deer with gentleness and diplomacy. Yeah, this has to do with the communication thing between you and another person. You have to approach it from a gentler place and finding, again, that diplomacy between you and this other person. There's a lot here that the universe is presenting magic-wise that are signs and synchronicities that you need to pick up more on. Follow your intuition. Yeah, because we also have here, you guys got a lot of cards. We got the Golden Solar Angel here with Embrace Enlightenment. And we have Purify Your Surroundings, Transmutation, the Return of the Tuatha De Danann. So it's like the return of the other world. So it's like your intuition is returning, or something about your own magic is returning. Maybe because you are going through some sort of separation and you're cleansing things out, and it's going to help you to come to a clarity about what it is you really need to grow in your life. So you really need to make sure you're cleansing your surrounding on a regular and that you are not keeping a lot of clutter. There's things that you're holding on to from the past that are kind of messing with your growth here. So next up we have the, how do I say that one? How do I say it? Let's find out. So this is, come on, where are you? I just passed you. So with this particular mermaid, I can't, Arsimado? Why can I say this word right now? Whatever. Yeah. So the sum of your parts. Lately, you have been experiencing feelings of self-depreciation. Maybe you have been setting your figure with a dissatisfied eye or bemoaning the size of your feet. You need to stop the hypercritical analyzing before you sink any lower. You are so much more than the collection of your parts. Other people do not look at you through the lens of a microscope, and it's unhealthy to do so yourself. Concentrate instead on the beautiful person you are as a whole and treat yourself with love and affection. We also have polite declaration. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. So yeah, I'm feeling like you guys are moving at a time where you felt very insecure about, again, maybe your body, maybe what you're doing, maybe somebody else was making you feel very insecure about these things. And you're making the choice now to kind of, politely step away from that and get into your place of power. You need to, again, I'm going to say, love yourself a little bit more. Again, you are not the sum of all the experiences you've had you're not this, it's like your past doesn't shape you unless you choose to let it fucking shape you. It's like those were all experiences that you had to go through in order to reach this enlightenment. You don't have to let those things define you. They're just things. They're just experiences you had, and you recognize what you experienced, you learn from it, and then you let it go. Because that's all it's ever taught you. Living in the past doesn't prove anything else at this point. So the last card that we have here is the Water Dragon. So emotions on the high, and this is in the reverse. And this book is very difficult to find everything. So Water Dragon is page 130. So let's see what the Water Dragon has to do with. So, it has to do with passion, depth, and connection. This card warns us to approach an exploration of our psyche and our past with caution. The conscious self can absorb the impact of only a limited amount of repressed or unconscious material being released into awareness. It is wise to work fractionally, little by little, to integrate unconscious material into the consciousness. It is often best for healing and wholeness to be achieved slowly. Be aware also of allowing your emotions to rule you in a way that later you will regret. So again, this is about being very wise. Again, I feel of like what you give your emotions away to. You have to find a proper balance. You can't let the past rule you, even though you have to go back into your past and kind of review a couple things because you're learning from it a lot. So it's like you got to get better control over all of this. You got to find your ground again. You got to trust also in the universe to provide you with what you need at this point, because it feels like you've been lacking something for a very long time, and it's really affect your self-esteem. So again, you need to, and there goes my light, embrace yourself a little bit more, and definitely be also working on that sacral chakra, because it's going to bring you a lot of power. With that said, that is everything that I'm seeing here in your cards. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure to, like and subscribe. And if you would like to help and support the channel in any way, please do consider checking out all the links down in the description. And if you'd ever like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, all that is also in the description. Everything is in the description. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked pile 2 with the Aqua Aura Quartz, let's go ahead and jump into your cards. As you can see, blue is a very popular color for the back of cards. So we're going to have a lot of messages here. So let's go ahead and cycle through these. So starting with the tarot, oh wow, we have the sun, which is so beautiful here. So I don't know, I'm getting the sense of a lot of freedom, really embracing like the freedom of your voice. Like you're finally, I feel like you've just gone through a very big blockage there, and it's like you're riding into victory. You're really knowing how to claim that victory. We also have here, look at that. We had the fire element swords with the first one with the sacred flame. Look at that. It's very similar energy, I feel like here. It's like being struck with this grand illumination and just like inspiration flowing through, and finally feeling like this strong connection to source, to yourself, and really knowing how to spring forth and express that. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit more into these 2 cards. This deck is actually my first ever tarot deck. So let's go ahead and see what we got. So with the sun, is saying harmony, love, happiness, lightheartedness, health, creativity, achievement, sunny personality, human warmth, fame, and glory. So these are important keywords here. With the sacred flame, this is equivalent to the traditional tarot card of the Ace of Swords. It has to do with emotion, energy, and triumph. Again, we're talking about triumph twice here. So many things are happening or about to happen that will require you to make hard decisions. These decisions will also require you to face facts, draw your boundaries with other people, and do what is best for you. Knowing that some relationships may fall away is a time of great energy and power. Use it wisely. This is an auspicious time for gaining victory in some manner of importance to you. And look at that. We have 2 cards here talking about this victory you are about to claim. So this is super important. Whatever it is you're trying to go after, you definitely need to keep at it, because it's going to bring you again this victory. Make sure that you are definitely speaking your truth, and again, there's so much energy going to be flowing through you that it might be a little bit overwhelming, but if you learn how to harness it correctly, it will make a world of difference. So we also have discernment. So yeah, be very discerning about what it is you're engaging with, who you're telling your ideas to as well. I feel like you're really harnessing this power of the sun. I feel like a lot of times you have worked from this energy of the feminine in the element of the moon, and now you're harnessing and learning how to use that element of the masculine in the sun. We also have the administrator with Saturn. So pay a lot of attention to where your Saturn is in your natal chart, because there's a lot going on there. I walk with a foot in both the earthly and spiritual worlds. Practical, grounded, persevering, wise, dedicated, strong, purposeful, leading, organized, structured, confident, strategic, assertive, disciplined, humanistic, moral. So yeah, you are, pay attention to clairaudient sounds, also birds. I feel like there's going to be some unexpected surprises. They're small, but they're going to be significant, especially anything that is red, like red ribbons, the red tie. You know, your destiny is coming forth here. Definitely keep following it, because it's going to lead you to a lot of beautiful things if you do. I'm just getting the sense of that. Conductor, I don't know, some of you are doing something in music, I feel like, and it's really lighting you up. We also have, speaking of that, we have the snake with transformation. So yeah, you guys are going through some major grand transformations that are going to really, again, it's just going to like light you up. So this is card 37. Let's see. Shedding the old and following the light allows for transformation to occur. Snakes come in varied colors and sizes. They are usually patterned to blend in with their natural environment, but seasonally shed their skin to start anew. The shedding process serves many purposes: to remove parasites that may have attached to the old skin and to allow for growth. Skin shedding is required for growth, as their skin doesn't stretch or expand. Instead, the snake will grow a whole new, bigger skin underneath the old layer, which it sheds as it grows. Without snakes, our ecosystem would suffer a great imbalance, and humans would endure a world filled with many more rodents and pests. This is something that so many people forget, and I get that people are afraid of snakes, or they're afraid of spiders, or they're afraid of sharks or whatnot, but a lot of times these creatures that people see as the most frightening are some of the most important to the ecosystem, because they serve this purpose of keeping the balance. A lot of times it seems like people are afraid of the things that keep balance and that cause the greatest change, much like a lot of people are afraid of death, but death is an equalizer. It keeps a balance of things, and it's a natural part of the process of transformation, of movement, of the seasons. Everything has its time of, birth, life, death, and rebirth. It is a process. Nothing is wasted in nature. Even when an animal passes away, it serves as nourishment and food for other creatures. These other creatures serve purposes as decomposers, or, again, transferring the nutrients from one place to another. And then the decay falls away and it becomes part of the earth as well to spring out new life. Again, it's this process, and I feel like it's really important for everybody to understand that more and to respect it a little bit more. And, the snake is speaking of that, it's funny what I said. I was talking about harnessing more of this masculine energy, and we have the snake, which is a very masculine symbol and figure because it's phallic in nature. It has to do with, again, this shedding of the old and fertility, these cycles of things. It's all interconnected here. So, although snakes usually target small mammals and insects for food, they have been known to kill and consume larger mammals like deer and sheep. Although they have no legs, snakes are readily mobile, fast movers, agile climbers, and surprisingly good swimmers. Snakes rely on their environment to regulate their temperature and to intuitively reposition themselves or cue hibernation in order to keep their temperature stable. They use their tongue to smell, and they look out for prey and potential threats alike by feeling vibrations through the ground. The snake teaches us the need for regular cleansing and shedding of layers within ourselves, such as unhelpful habits, patterns of thinking, and old beliefs. As cold-blooded reptiles, snakes can also rely heavily on the heat of the sun for energy and personal warmth, which shows us that in order to continue to grow, we must continually seek light as a means to recharge and maintain our energy levels. That is so crazy. It brought that up because look, we have the sun card. We have her holding the sun in her hands. That is wild. So we also have here the links with secrets. So what secrets are you guys holding on to? What is it that you need to shed in this transformation? Because the moment you do it, it's like everything is just going to come together for sure. So with the links, your word is your bond. Do not gossip or entertain gossip, as well as not all may not be as it seems. Be shrewd about who you share your confidential information with. A little mystery can be a good thing, but keeping secrets that are detrimental to others may not be. There is some news worth sharing. Be discerning, and we have the discernment card. That is crazy. Again, be very mindful about who you're spreading your information to, your ideas, because it's like that is your personal business. And until you're ready to share the news and it's like, hey, this is set in stone, I can share it now, don't share it. We also have Sandalphon with Angel of New Life. How crazy is that? That's literally that transformation happening, springing forth this new life, this new beginning for you guys. So let's see. These are really interesting cards. The artwork is also very interesting on these cards. That's why I like them. So, Angel of New Life. When the time is right, the twin angel will return. Sandalphon was the first, and now we follow it forward along the shoreline and into the water. Sandalphon's footsteps brings with it great fear, but also awe and hope. With each step, we move closer to the conclusion and a new beginning. Embrace this new epoch. What has come has already passed. What will be is still a dream. Sandalphon follows through it all. When a new era emerges, the blood of the twin angel brings fertility to everything it touches. So too will a new world born. So too will the new next world, born in the wake of Sandalphon. So the signs here are a wheel within a wheel, a child, a spiral. So yeah, again, there is a lot of new beginnings happening here. Endings and new beginnings, transformation, rebirth. We even have a nest here with eggs and birds. So it's like, it is this whole spring-like energy and new possibilities coming through. We even have here, look at that, a creative endeavor. So yeah, you guys are definitely setting off and you're going to be super inspired to start something brand new for yourself that is super creative in nature. And again, it might have to do with music or photography or art or writing or speaking, whatever it is for you. This is your creative expression. You really need to embrace it because it's going to transform your life. We also have here rose quartz. So with this rose quartz, this is a heart-centered stone. So maybe you would like to also check out the heart chakra video I did because there might be some interesting stuff there for you as well. Let's see. So, self-love, self-worth, being enough, worthiness. When the rose quartz appears, you are called to pay attention to one of the most wonderful creations the conscious universe has ever brought into being, you. Have you forgotten how beautiful you are? You have so many strengths and a unique set of qualities that will be like a magical superpowers as you walk the healing path. Rose quartz spirit has come to remind you of your soul's worth. Many, many people will benefit simply from knowing you and being in your presence, drinking in the love that radiates from your heart. Trust that the conscious universe is always there to fill you up with the power of love whenever you need it and remind you that you are worthy of all that you seek, for you are an exquisite expression of divinity. What a powerful and one-of-a-kind source of healing love you are. So that is definitely your pep talk here. We also have the thinking man in the reverse. And so interesting because he's holding crystals there. So with him in the reverse, let's see. Definitely has to do with, I feel like at one end you guys are maybe kind of overthinking things. There might be also a significant man or masculine figure in your life who maybe is trying to confuse you or is not really revealing everything that he knows to you. So the thinking man in this position could represent a male in authority who is not acting in your best interests. But this card reverse is more about you than about others in your life. This card in this position usually indicates that such a learning and growth are actually part of your own path and you're not heeding the call. You may be destined to be a therapist, teacher, writer, publisher, psychic, or healer of some sort. Your soul longs to serve in this capacity, whether professionally or just in your personal life. But something seems to be blocking your way. It's time to break through and move in the direction now. Remember, what you learn during your own growth will be able to share with others, often adding your own compassionate, profound personal wisdom. See, you guys have something that you need to express and teach others. You have a strong purpose, but you are the biggest person standing in your own way. And it's also crazy, again, with that image here of the sacred flame, we have the electric eel. Bring your ideas to life. Whatever this creative idea you have to bring it to life. Again, so much here has to do with fertility and birth and new beginnings and transformation. This is going to completely, as I've already said, transform your life. You also have two of these cards. You have the king with man, authority, male sexual energy, things pertaining to the law and justice. So that's really crazy because, again, the snake, the sun, the king, the thinking man in the reverse, it was talking about a man of authority. So, again, maybe a man of authority who doesn't have your best interests at heart. Be discerning about that. The cow, nourishment, abundance, and asking, receiving. So it's like if there's something you want, you need to ask to receive it. You're going to get enough nourishment and abundance by following your purpose and your dream here. So we also have shifts happen. Stabilize your energy fields. Divine intervention. Yeah, so it's like the divine here is stepping in to help guide you and really show you that you need to balance things out because you have a strong energy about you. You're coming into a time of strong abundance, but you need to focus and harness that energy into the right place. Lightning bolts might be a significant symbol here. We also have the, trilobites card. 44 in the reverse. So let's see what the message is here. It's time to accelerate your life. Sometimes it is wise to allow nature to take its course and wait patiently. Sometimes, however, it's best to take control and speed up the tempo. Push forward quickly and do not be dissuaded if you have to drag someone along with you. So yeah, I feel like some of you have allowed maybe, this masculine energy person of authority to kind of rule your destiny here. And now it's time for you to take control again, to harness your own power, to take this spark and run with it and take the action you need. Amble with contentment. Waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now. What a contradiction. We have one card talking about you need to take action, you need to go, stop waiting. And then we have literally waiting rather than acting is going to be the most advantageous now. That's weird. That's confusing. How does that make sense? You need to take action, but then you also need to wait. Oh, I see what it is. Yeah, duh. You need to take action on what your endeavor is, your creative endeavor, this new life you're trying to build. But you need to wait about revealing it. Because again, it's not quite time. It's also not quite time for it to be like this big grand victory, hurrah, riding into the sunset. It's like you're almost to that. But it's more so getting that foundation down. And you can't keep the secret forever, is also what I'm getting. We also have, for your last card here, we have the air dragon. So it's really interesting because group 1 also had a dragon. So this is, I feel like, significant energy. So let's see, where is this card? So with the air dragons, inspiration, insight, and vitality. So, oh my God, I can't believe what this says. Coming into contact with the air dragon could be a bolt of lightning into the psyche and intellect, and as such, must be treated with care and considerable respect. Sometimes manifesting as sudden flashes of illumination, the air dragon brings insight and clarity to your thought and imagination. As a conveyor of numinous power, the air dragon can be seen as a symbol of visitation, for he is a messenger of the sky god. So, holy shit, guys. Like, seriously, there's so much here about this lightning, this strike of inspiration. I really feel like you're going to be just like hit with this idea and you really need to take control of it. You can't let somebody else have control of it for you. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing here in this pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Yeah, look, there's lightning in there. And if you'd like to help and support the channel in any way, please do consider checking out all the links down below, as well as the info about how to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked the third pile with the blue apatite stone, as you can see, there are a lot of tarot and oracle cards with blue backs, so we're just gonna fly on through these messages and see what you need to know. So starting off with the tarot, we have the Four of Swords. So yeah, you guys are really contemplating something hardcore right now. You are in a time where it's like you really need to conserve your voice. I'm getting the sense of like you kind of almost not saying anything right now is better than trying to say something. We also have card 17, the Star, and we have the water element cups with 5 in rejection. So with these cards, let's go ahead and get a little bit more specific here, see what keywords and messages you need to know from them. So the Four of Swords is immobility, weight, sleep, and concentration. Pay a lot of attention to your dreams because there's a lot happening there that you need to be aware of with the Star being present. Let's see, with the Star. In the traditional tarot, this is the Star. And the keywords here are illumination, inspiration, and psychic energy. So a card of pioneering ideas, new knowledge, hopes, and ideals. There is promise of fulfillment, inspiration, and spiritual love. Stars are powerful sources of the energy needed to shapeshift. The Star indicates the experience of multidimensional travel, communication, and illumination. You guys are literally traveling in your sleep. Applying internal balance and clarity, begin to weave and create patterns according to your inner voice as you learn to trust yourself. Self-deception and conflict no longer serve you. Instead, discover your stellar nature while increasing and sustaining your self-esteem and confidence. The star card points to the deeper mysteries of the great goddess and God, leading to cosmic wisdom. So God, this is a big message of trust. You guys maybe fear rejection a lot. And you just need to trust yourself in the sense that you are enough, if that makes sense. So with the 5, rejection, this is the traditional card of the 5 of Cups. It has to do with disappointment, depression, and vulnerability. You are feeling very vulnerable right now, I feel like. And so you might kind of want to retreat. So with this, it has to do with a loss of pleasure and with it, bitter and long-lasting disappointment. This is a card of vulnerability and change, indicating something is about to throw you completely off balance. Rejection brings with it the experience of a cold, stark realization, usually painful, in either your personal or professional relationships. It may mean disappointment concerning close family members, emotional depression, and feelings of anger and hurt, threatening to consume you as you find yourself immersed in a twisted state of affairs. Rejection may mean spiritual rejection, being cut off from your inner voice and disconnected from the source. This becomes the ideal time to make conscious efforts toward letting go of past hurts and old disappointments. So I feel like you are kind of working through this period of reviewing the past, and especially in your sleep, of things that you really need to finally release for yourself and for your consciousness moving forward, because I feel like there is new hope here for you if you do go through this process. It's like the rejection is something that you have to kind of just come to accept, because you can't please everybody. You can't be everything to everyone. You're going to be rejected. And so this is just something you have to come to terms with. We also have here the flower moon with blossoming. So this specific time period here is in relations to May. So this coming May might be very significant for you. And its message here has to do with, do not give up. You have planned for this. Take no notice of what others think or say about you. Open and rise. Someone around you may be jealous of your success. Mark your victories. The companion stone here is ruby. So yeah, there could be somebody who is going to try to mess with your plans or might make you feel bad because, you know, maybe something you talked about doing doesn't go exactly as planned. We also have here Mars with engineering. So you need to definitely take a moment to check out your Mars and your natal chart and see what's happening with it. Every problem has a solution. Curious, productive, technical, hardworking, focused, creative, competent, practical, competitive, decisive, determined, analytical, adventurous, loyal, and generous. I feel like whatever it is, this situation where you feel this rejection is going to happen, if you contemplate and you kind of, you know, get into a meditative state, you will find the ways to work through it. I feel like if you don't focus so much on the rejection part, but more so on the fact that, hey, this opportunity wasn't meant for me, which means there's something better for me. So how do I get to that? I feel like it's very important. You know, we have the beetle with purity. So it's like the purity of your intention, the purity of your mind. We also have seahorse with equality. So this purity and equality, you need to make sure that you're not wasting your time on something that isn't really worth your value. I feel like there has been something that maybe you wasted too much time of. And because of that, you might try to punish yourself in some way. Or maybe even you didn't treat somebody equal in a situation. And so they rejected you because they realized what was happening. And so it's like you have to come to terms with this situation for sure. Again, I feel like you need to go through a detox. You need to completely recharge and regroup with yourself. We also have the angel of night. So yeah, this is the hidden realms as well. It's your secret side. It is your nighttime, I don't know, nighttime visits just came to mind. Are very significant. There's a lot of messages you're receiving at night through your dreams that are going to help you with this healing process. I feel a lot of this has to do with healing from, again, the stuff from the past, letting go of those past resentments and disappointments, especially because I feel like in the past, you really were holding on to this mask that you wore so well that it's like people didn't really even know the real you. So again, it goes back to simplifying down to your purest essence as a person and really blossoming and really showing who it is you are inside. We also have the blue lace agate here. So the key words with the blue lace agate have to do with peaceful acceptance, stress-free, non-attachment, freedom from unnecessary dramas. Again, that's coming up more than once. It's like you can't get into dramas for the sake of dramas to feel important, to feel accepted. It's like you need to release these attachments that you hold on to with toxic situations, because maybe you're trying to punish yourself because, again, you're not feeling free to be you in a way. We have the cornucopia in the reverse as well as yin and yang. So I do want to look at these two because I'm trying to remember. I know there's a difference between if this is in the reverse or the upright. Let's see, where is this? So it's interesting because you have card 11, you have card 22. And we have card 33. That is wild synchronicity numbers right there. So the cornucopia in the reverse it's often a card of potential frustration. You may find yourself feeling discouraged by having your wishes denied, or perhaps you're just disappointed with the delays involved. Don't be surprised or too disheartened if obstacles seem to block your path. It may simply take some patience and persistent action, or it may require a radical shift in how you approach your goals. This card reverse may indicate a cycle of restriction or a period of lack or loss. Don't let this deter you. Use this time to go deeper. There may be a lesson to learn or an entirely new direction to take. Be open, flexible, and aware. Remember, there are many roads to happiness. And then with the yang, or the yin and the yang, I think this is yin energy when it's upright. Upright, this energy, energetic life cycle, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclical energy moving into and out of your experience. In its upright position, it heralds the yin energy cycle, where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, and gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's an especially good time for completion, so wrap things up. Yin cycles often call you to be passive, yielding, and reflective. So open up to these sides of your nature. Being more than acting is the intention here. So this is feminine energy coming through to you. So yeah, and it's very Four of Swords energy. This is kind of non-action moment where you can kind of just come to terms, come to acceptance with what it is you've recently experienced. Because once you do that, that's when life is going to speed up again for you, and it's really going to require you to be on your game and ready. We also have the dog with loyalty, sincerity, unconditional love. This could even be rejection in the case of a love situation that some of you experience. And what you really need to go after is somebody who is of deeper loyalty and sincerity, and work more towards unconditional love. So maybe this is about fostering more of the friendships in your life and finding the right people. We also have dawning of the Green Man with embrace the three worlds. So I'm kind of curious about this one. I want to see what it means by that. So we're going to actually look up this one. So incorporate a balanced judgment. Look from the viewpoint of the three perspectives: underworld, middle world, and upper world in making decisions. So yeah, you have to look at what you've experienced from a multitude of different perspectives, because that is how you're going to really understand this situation in a better way. We also have big blue whale in the reverse. Is that what that says? Yeah, big blue whale. So with this particular card, it's card 16. In the reverse, it's bold is beautiful. Lately, your meekness has become your weakness. You're being too passive and submissive, letting too many life opportunities slip by. It's time to embolden yourself and focus on using your strengths to their utmost potential, even if doing so feels impertinent. Remember, you are your own advocate, and you have the right to stand up for yourself and do what needs to get done. So even though we had the yin energy with this kind of a passive time, this is also encouraging you to be a little bit more bold with, I think, yourself. I feel like some of you have been too passive in the past with expressing yourself, which has led to possibly some of this rejection that you've experienced, because it's like you haven't actually given your voice a chance. I feel like you have a much larger voice than you realize, but you hesitate. We also have blend into the environment. And so interesting, we have the octopus reappearing because that was in the rejection card as well. You have many skills and can fit into any situation. Take time to assess what is going on around you and adapt accordingly. That's, again, taking a moment to kind of consider what is happening right now in your life and how to handle it. We also have adrift in shallow water. Take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. Notice the small things and appreciate them. That's that contemplation that is so important. And I can't believe that the last card that we have here is the Earth Dragon. Literally every pile so far has had a dragon, which is so interesting. So with the Earth Dragon present, the Earth Dragon is telling you about power, potential, and riches. The Earth Dragon brings us face to face with our potential. Within us, we have a treasure house of riches, of powers and capacities which we can learn how to use. In the past, we may have been denied access by the guardian of these treasures. But now we are coming to understand that this sometimes fierce guardian is in reality an aspect of ourselves. By coming to know and love the Earth Dragon, we will be able to unlock the secrets of our heart. And at the same time, we will find ourselves discovering the beauty and the power that lie within the hearts of those around us and in every, even the earth itself. So again, that goes back to what I was saying, where it's like you have a much larger voice than you realize, but I feel like in some ways it's like this rejection, this punishment that you put yourself through is a way for you to stop yourself because you feel like you're not ready or something. But I feel like you are more ready than you realize. It's just that that meekness thing keeps standing out to me. It's like you have this pioneering mind, but it's like you're afraid of expressing and showing the ideas because of fear of rejection. But you're really a star. And it's like you need to show and shine your inner lights because it's going to help purify not only you, but everybody around in your environment. You're very good at adapting to your environment, so much to the point where you can kind of blend in and people can forget you because you don't let your own inner voice stand out, I feel like. So with that said, I think that is everything I'm getting off your guys' pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure to subscribe if you would like to see more videos. And if you would ever like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin or follow me on social media, all those links are going to be down in the description. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. For those of you who picked the fourth and final pile with the Sodalite Stone, we're going to go ahead and jump into your messages. As you can see, there are a lot of cards that have blue backs. So we're going to go ahead and jump into all of this. So for your tarot, we have the Fool. So brand new beginnings, taking a leap of faith. Maybe some of you can say things that you don't... You mean what you say, but sometimes it's like you kind of don't have a good filter about when to say certain things. So you kind of need to work on that a little bit. We also have the fire element of the swords with 11 Seeker of Fire. And then we have the water element of cups with 4 and Deception. So let's go ahead and kind of talk about these two first before we dive into the rest of your cards here. So with the Fool, this is eccentricity, unpredictability, psychological instability, desire to sidestep the rules to escape from everyday routine, as well as multiple professional skills, tendency towards sexual freedom and erotic quirks, opportunism, willingness to be at the center of attention, ambiguity. I just saw 111, so that might be significant for some of you. So yeah, it's like you guys are very eccentric. You have very out there ideas and ways of expressing yourself, and sometimes it can really like shock the shit out of people, but it's kind of a good thing, I feel like, as long as you temper it correctly. I will say that. So let's talk about these elements that we have here. So with the fire, Seeker of Fire. So in the traditional tarot, this card would be represented by the Page of Swords. So it's diplomacy, messages, and knowledge. Messages of importance are coming to the seeker. Knowledge necessary for growth and advancement, both in the physical and spiritual lives, will be discovered in unexpected places or come from unusual sources. Use diplomacy instead of force in an upcoming situation. You will win through calm words and truth. So then, of course, with the Four of Decadence, excuse me. Did I say something different when I read that? I probably did. I'm sorry. But it's decadence. So the Four of Cups here. Deterioration, dissatisfaction, and decline. A period of false security is near. Changes are needed in your lifestyle and outlook to avoid setbacks and prolonged periods of negative energy and action. Take a good, honest look at your motives and plans and make necessary positive changes, or you could be in for a strong disappointments and failures. So I feel like with that, it's like, I feel like there's something that you guys are kind of like, I'm just going to be joyous and pretend and like, I'm going to have fun over here while I'm kind of ignoring the bigger issue. So it's like you kind of need to get a little bit honest with yourself and kind of face up to your responsibilities. So we also have the green corn moon here. So this time period is represented, I think this is August. Yes, it is August. So August might be a significant time period for you here. And so this represents... enjoy the journey, not just the destination. The time has come to learn patience and avoid the lure of instant gratification. Slow down. Take your time. Things are happening. You just can't see it yet. Be loving and patient with your body. So the companion stone here is jade. So yeah, it's like, I feel like you guys are wanting to like be the life of the party and go super, super fast, but you kind of need to slow down and temper things a little bit, because I do see that you have really great abilities as a communicator and a collaborator here. So you know, this is the element of the moon, and this is Mercury, which is all about communication. So definitely pay attention to where your moon and your Mercury is in your natal chart and how that affects you. So the collaborators, I co-create to create. Cooperative, receptive, connective, supportive, curious, empathetic, responsible, insightful, accepting, inclusive, reliable, and co-creative. The communicator, words have power. Your words have a lot of power. You could be a very good manifester with your words. You also, again, have to be a little bit careful with how you speak to other people, I feel like, because again, your words can have a very strong impact. So it's saying truthful, outspoken, flexible, clear, quick, relatable, friendly, intelligent, open-minded, intuitive, psychological, discriminating, informed, and articulate. You're very good at speaking. I'm definitely getting that. So let's move these over just a little bit. And so next up, we have the Kingfisher with peace and the Bluebird with pleasure. So yeah, it's like you guys are very much about this. You like things to be calm. You like things to be fun. You like things to be pleasurable. But you kind of need to get honest with yourself about the truth of things, that's just not how life can always be. There's going to be responsibilities. There's going to be transformations. There's going to be deaths and rebirths. And so it's like you kind of have to come to terms with these things and accept the truth of the matter. Not everything can be perfect all the time. And you need to be more patient with the things that you don't like. Yeah, because I feel like right now you really need to annihilate these kind of thinkings that everything is supposed to be perfect all the time. Well, no, it can't be. And it really is going to leave you with an empty kind of feeling. I feel like even though sometimes you pretend to have more fun than you really are, because in some ways it's like you're not really showing your authentic self. There's something here. There's a bigger, again, I keep going back. There's a bigger issue here that you're not facing, and you need to kind of focus in there. Maybe it has something to do with commitment. You're not committing enough to the life that you are supposed to be on. I feel like there's a lot here of responsibility and opportunities that you're not taking control of. There might be a contract you need to sign, but you're hesitating to sign it because you feel like it might restrict your freedom. But it's not going to restrict your freedom. You always have a choice, and you always have power over your own destiny, so you will always have your freedom. But sometimes you have to kind of hunker down in order to build the peace that you really want. We also have here, you guys got two crystal cards in the way that you got diamond and you got carnelian. So with these two, the key words here, diamond is the strongest mineral, one of the strongest minerals. So it's like, it's unbreakable, kind of in a sense. It is, but it isn't. But it's like, it can cut glass. So with this, it's talking about the priceless gift of time and pressure combined, beauty and strength arising from trials and challenges, the right use of power. So yeah, I feel like you guys have a lot of power, but you're not using it right, because it's like you're avoiding the trials and the challenges, but that is what's going to really temper you and really make you as beautiful and strong as you're meant to be. Again, living in sort of this, I'm just going to say, this la la land of just, fun and party all the time is not going to work. And again, that's going to resonate for some of you, and it's not going to resonate for all of you. And so, that's perfectly fine if it doesn't resonate. Maybe this isn't the pile for you. Maybe choose a different pile, or, maybe this, at this time period, this video isn't for you. But regardless, it's like, you can't not accept the responsibility and the challenges. I feel like, especially with the jackal, this is just making me think of Anubis. So it's like, I feel like Anubis is a figure that's almost challenging you and pushing you to a greater transformation than you think you're ready for, but it's like you are. You need to go through it. Yeah, so with the carnelian, this is about increased confidence, dignity, poise, and self-assurance. I feel like some of you put on a really brave face that you like, oh yeah, I'm super confident, I'm, whatever. But really inside, you're not as confident as you feel like, because you have these insecurities that you're not facing. Again, you have to get to the truth of things. It's really interesting. We have the thinking woman in the reverse in this pile, because we have the thinking man in reverse in a different one. So with this, let's see what's going on with her for you all. So this is card 47. So with her in the reverse, this card reverse could represent a difficult time for your own personal growth. You may be feeling confused about your personal purpose or disconnected from your heart's true path. Look within and open up to your own inner guidance. Trust your intuition about what you need to learn in order to move on. The thinking woman reverse could also indicate a woman who is misleading you or giving you misinformation of some sort. Be aware and set boundaries. Remember, your own spirit is always your best guide. So we also have, the brown bear here with take time out. I feel like you are extremely active right now. You're like doing a lot of different things, but you're doing a lot of things without purpose, because it's not really things that are aligned with your true purpose. So it's like, ooh, you need to take time out to really discover who it is you're meant to be now. I feel like you're kind of been avoiding a moment of growth for you. So the Lady of the Lake, absolute truth, courage, self-respect, and responsibility. It's all the things that I've kept bringing up here. So it's like, yeah, it's like spirit in the universe is like waiting to hand over this thing to you. It is your purpose. It is your life. But it's like you're ignoring it because you're afraid of the responsibility of taking that. The absolute truth of the thing that you've been avoiding for so long. We also have here, a new door is opening, step over the threshold. See, the door is open for you. Spirit is like, hey, here it is, take it. And it's like, you're kind of just like running the other direction because it's like, you're afraid of it. You need to not be afraid. You have a bigger purpose here, but you have to gain that confidence and that courage to really hold on to it. So we also have the Hamadryad Lake, and we have the Absinthe Mermaid in the reverse. So with both of these here, I'm pretty sure this one has to do with shady or shady person, a shady female. So that's coming up twice. That's kind of weird. I don't know how that resonates for you guys, but yeah, beware deception and enchantment. A female with bad designs will seek to lead you astray when you are at your most vulnerable. She may be enchanting, but do not allow her to lure you down an improper path. Though you may feel defenseless, know that as long as you stay true to yourself, you will not be led astray. Keep your wits about you. The nefarious female in question may not be a stranger. She may be someone you already know whose goals are at odds with your own. Whether she is a trusted colleague, a longtime acquaintance, or a dazzling new friend, do not be deceived by the glamour of what she proposes. If a situation sounds too good to be true, trust your gut instinct. It is a deception. So again, following your intuition. So with the Absinthe Mermaid in the reverse, I'm very curious about this. She's about your commitment is required. You need to commit. Commitment. That's fucking crazy. In more areas of your life, settle down for the long term. Stop renting and borrowing what you can purchase. Stop wavering between choices. Pick your favorite. Run with it and never look back. See, like, yeah, you feel like you guys have so many talents, you have so many interests, and that's really because you've never found a steady ground to stand on. You've been kind of like just like jumping from one thing to the next, and you don't commit, you don't settle on something. And while it's giving you a lot in the way that you're very aware of different opportunities and you have a lot of talents, that's what it is. It's like you feel like you have a lot of talents, but you're not a master of any of them. You're what is the word? You're a jack of all trades, but a master of none. It's time for you to settle down and become a master of something. Because once you do, you have something to really present to the world. So next up, we have gliding through currents, and we have inner desires. What are your inner desires? So with a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease. Going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. Inner desires. Set some intentions. You are entering a phase of plenty or may have a sudden windfall. Goals are within your grasp. Once you set a clear, single-minded intention, you will just get it. You won't be kind of this flighty person living by the seat of your pants. It's like you will have a purpose and you will really work well with it. So your final two cards here, I can't believe what it is. We have cow and we have bull. So that is really interesting, and I feel like it's going to be pretty significant here. So let's talk about these. So the bull is about wealth, potency, and benefits. Bull mediates the influence of Tarnus, the Jupiter-like god of the Druids. Those benefits and expansiveness can bring you the opportunity for rich and abundant life. The bull is a symbol of wealth, and as such is an auspicious to draw this card when considering financial matters. But remember that the ancient ones were wise enough to understand that true wealth is to be found in the heart, in the soul first, and only then in the material world. The bull represents fertility, potency, abundance, and prosperity, but these things can sometimes take a while to achieve. Patience. If you need to work steadfastly in trying circumstances for a considerable period of time in order to achieve your goals, the bull will help you to do this without becoming drained or depressed. And then with the cow, it's nourishment, motherhood, and the goddess. So it's, we have like the masculine and the feminine here. So the cow opens up to the awareness of the goddess. Her generosity, healing, and nourishing power is present all around you. In your friends and children, in your food and drink, in your dreams, and particularly in the natural world that you are blessed to live in. She brings protection from all harmful influences. And by tuning to her presence, you can gain the instable a benefit of deep and peaceful sleep. By opening yourself up to cow and her sacred quality as manifestation of the goddess on earth, you will be connecting to the perpetual stream of nourishing energy that flows from the goddess to each one of us. To experience this, there's nothing you need to do. You just need to accept and surrender to the universe to allow this to come in. It's both that surrender and choosing a direction, finally, a single direction, not all these other things. You want to try everything, you want to be everything, but that's just not feasible. You have to get a focus and you have to commit and take responsibility. So, with that said, that is everything I'm seeing here in your cards. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please do check out all the links down below in the description. And if you would like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, all of that, description. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.